Hey, thank you for being here, beautiful woman. We want to, with this video, to just introduce ourselves a little bit further and for you to, get to know us a bit deeper. So Amanda and I, we met, how many years ago is it?
I think it's about maybe 8, 9, 10 years ago.
It's crazy, but yeah, we met and there was an instant connection and chemistry, and however we're so different, but we at the same time have this complement of each other, and we have been doing this work, both of us, for 15 years in different ways. um, and next year, 2022, we are gonna facilitate this de-armouring and sacred space holder training together, and I'm really, really excited about that, doing that with you, Amanda. And
Yeah,
maybe to just introduce you a little bit, maybe if I introduce you and you introduce me.
sure.
I don't think I have ever met anyone who is so incredibly detailed and talented on such deep, fine-tuned, holistic way of approaching the body and working with de-armouring and the nervous system and trauma, sexual trauma, and embodiment work in its essence. And you have this incredible, as I feel you, ability to explain very complex things in a clear way, and also teach it. And I really appreciate you there.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to introduce you too, because for me, Riihannon is, she's a master. She's playful. She is empowered. She is really free in her own sexuality and in emotion. And so because of this, there's a very strong transmission that comes through her body. And it kind of opens the door for other women to actually be able to go there in themselves. And I find this really, really important and necessary. You have, like me, you've been nerding the nervous system, neuroscience, de-armouring, how to awaken, how to open the body, and you're coming across with such a confidence in yourself and what you're here to give to the world. And what I see many women really loving with you is the way they feel seen and held by you. So you really have that ability to empower women and to help women to really claim their throne and their power and their place here in the world. And I also really love the flavor that you bring in that has to do with business. This is also really one of your zones of genius. So you really take the women onto a journey in this training where it's really about daring to step up and show themselves and their vocation, their work, what they are here to offer to the world, and to also look at how is that reflected in my financial situation, because we are many who have a lot to give, who undercharge. That's just because we are empath. We are passionate about what we do, but this is also, I feel you're really gifting women the ability to empower other, but also empower themselves in that journey. And then I just love humor.
Let's not go there. Then it will not be.
Wait until you come. You'll see most amazing humor.
Yeah, that's definitely a big part of it. um yeah, but that is like what you're speaking in here into here. It's like really the essence of this training. Like one part is that you're really gonna deepen your work and your skills and your embodiment in terms of working one-on-one with women and in group space, really learning this, like go to the root level, the body work like de-armouring that is really addressing the core points of what is blocking a person's life force or flow or things in life. And both from a neuroscientific and a feminine intelligence approach, we are weaving those two, and how for you to really be confident and holding groups of women where you take women into their power through gifting your unique gift in that space. That's kind of like the one part of the training. Another part of the training is for you to really step into your leadership in this time on the planet, to really embody your power, to dare to be seen, to express, to embody your fucking value as a woman, and not overgive, but really learning to receive in your body, and having also clear boundaries, which is a very, very important part of stepping up, especially in the world today. To not give a fuck, to really be clear and firm in your inner and in your body. So we are doing a lot of energy work around your nervous system and your core traumas to really rewire for you to come much more into your innate female power, and to own your sexuality, to own your magnetism, to lead and create in a feminine way, and embodying also your mature masculine so that he can take care of you. You know, it's like we work with that inner union also. So
And there's so many interesting things here that you bring up, and what comes to me is this grounded, wild feminine, right? Because we need, on one hand, we need the scientific, we need what actually really works. We need to understand, we need the clarity to understand what is this process, what happens to my nervous system when I experience trauma. And by the way, we all experience trauma. It's just a matter of degrees. We are all traumatized. And so we need that knowledge, and we need that to be able to implement that into our lives. But then there is this other part, which is the feminine way, what we are already innately born with, and is not a lie that it has been very, very suppressed in our world right now. And how does that look like? I mean, most women have no idea what is really the feminine path. Like, either I follow the patriarch or I resist it, but resisting is still part of the game. So what does the new look like? What does it actually means to live and embody the feminine path, the feminine intelligence, if so may? And that also ties into boundaries, because all women I've spoken to and worked with when it comes to trauma, sexual trauma in interrelation, there was always this little voice inside that knew, that said, okay, something is off here, or there's something. But we have this deep conditioning that it's not okay to really claim our boundaries and to say no and to not be a good girl. And so in this training, we are kind of undoing all that fuck that has been done to us, so that we can really regain our free and natural and highly intelligent state of being, right?
yes. So just to underline that in a practical way, we are working with anger work. We are working with really stepping into that wild woman, and that allowing that full force and power to come through your body. And for a lot of women, there's a lot of like suppression and stagnated energy around anger. So to clear that out, it just it does a lot to feel more clearly your yes and no, and to release sadnesses below that, and so forth. And to invite in the super softness and the sensitivity and the magnetism and the receptiveness in your body to really be able to receive everything that you deserve as a woman, both in terms of where you live, your like love with a man or a woman, or in terms of charging your value in a business or attract or whatever it is. Like if you cannot receive, like if you're blocked in receiving, then that shows up in your life. And that's where, you know, the feminine intelligence comes in this work. It's not about a business plan. No, it's about doing the inner work and the energetics, and then applying from that deep feminine source, applying some structures around that to create your business. But she is in charge. She is the intuition. She is the guidance. She's the knowing. She's the leader. And then your inner man, he's like, okay, baby, I got you. I take care of you. And what's so beautiful is that when we train the body work, it's like full surrender as a client and embodying the mature masculine as when we hold space. So the whole training is actually a dance between your inner woman and your inner man, stepping in and out of that. And that gives that union to really trust from there and act on it. And
I feel like you're just speaking right into the heart of what Tantra is about. You know, Tantra is broad today, but the heart of what Tantra actually is about is the coming together of the divine feminine and the divine masculine path. And this is also part of the more, let's say, the more spiritual side of this training, because this training is on one hand very grounded, very business oriented, but it also has a level of let's say spirituality or awakening. And that is really where Tantra comes into play, and how do we actually make space for the inner marriage, the inner mature masculine and the inner mature feminine, to both be healed, be free, and to co-lead in this world. And I think that's super juicy.
And yeah. So if you're listening to this and you maybe feel scared, but you feel really ready to do the deep work, then this is for you. And you can find several places on this page where you can you can read all things in detail, and then there's like an apply. So we take you in through application, and then we do like a video call to really meet each other and to really feel, is this truly aligned for us, because it is going to be a really deep journey, not only for a year but most likely also beyond. So we want to really feel like this is a full body yes, and also because we are fully in, like we are fully here for you, so we need to feel that this is like yes, you know. So yeah.
So if you feel ready to stand with us fierce and very empowered women on the leading edge of this, you are just so welcome. This work is needed more now than ever, right? It's so clear that we need women to come into her power. That is her sexual power and freedom, her power and freedom in her pleasure, in her emotional fluidity, in the way that she loves in the world, in the ways that she expresses herself in the world, in the visions she has for this world. We need you. We need women on the leading edge of this. And we are here, we are so ready, and we'd love to stand together with you and together with a beautiful community, a sisterhood, that is growing every year in body. I mean, it's getting bigger, and it's rippling out in the communities around us, and it's just so beautiful to see and to witness.
So we are really here to go to the root. So we don't have time anymore to fuck around and to blah blah blah, and to, like, we are here for the root. We are here to cut through the bullshit and to really do the work. So if you're in on that, then come join us.
Yes, and a little side note to that, it's also very fun.
Yes!
And a lot
Very fun.
a lot of pleasure and joy and belly laugh is also going to be part of this training. So yes.